Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Turf Burn. I'm Tate.
And I'm Hayden.
We got an awesome episode for you guys today. Episode 6, we're going to start with some news, and then we're going to jump into some college football for the week. We get to watch some football this week. We've been watching preseason, but we have real football to watch coming soon, so we're super excited about that. We're going to have a lot of new content for you guys when that comes around, and yeah, let's jump into the news.
Alrighty, so first up, our weekly Texas Rangers update. They're doing solid right now. They're still a game behind the Astros, which is a place we never want to be, but we dipped below 500 because of a poor few outings. But in the last 10, we're 6-4, looking solid. Having a pretty good streak against the White Sox right now. We got the Brewers on Friday, the day that this comes out. I definitely think we can bounce back. We're only half a game back, and maybe push for a wild card like we've been hoping for.
I can see that. I do worry a little bit going into this series with the Brewers. I mean, Jacob Mizorowski, the best pitcher in baseball, in my opinion. He's going to be hard to face, assuming we have to face him. But I don't know. If we win the majority of those games, we're sitting pretty good looking going into the playoffs. So I have high hopes right now for the team. But obviously, you know how that always goes.
And then a little weird thing happened on Tuesday night.
Yeah.
Jock Peterson got tossed
Yeah.
after a strikeout looking call that was not a strike. He challenged immediately and wasn't granted, and then he talked a little smack and got thrown out in the dugout.
Yeah.
It raised the question, does the MLB need umpires, especially ones that act so emotionally controlled?
I mean, at this point with the ABS, all that situation, there really is no point of an umpire.
I think you should have a skybox umpire that tells us the call.
I mean, might as well. It'd be way quicker too, but I think they should keep an umpire. I think we should get rid of the ABS thing.
I think you definitely need somebody behind the plate.
Yeah.
And I think that players shouldn't be allowed to challenge. Nobody should be allowed to challenge. I think
that
it
eliminates the point of framing for a catcher and trying to keep.
But there's this interesting thing I've seen. There's actually anti-framing now, where a catcher will catch it even if it's right down the middle and put it outside when the batter looks, so he thinks that that's where the pitch placement was, and then he ends up challenging an obvious strike.
Yeah. Oh, I never even considered that option, but that's.
I mean, it's something crazy. Yeah, it's just as the game evolves, the tricks evolve, and baseball's a very, it's a very
tricky sport.
Tricky sport. No, yes, you try to get the mental edge on your opponent any way you can. So anti-framing is a new method to do that.
Interesting.
As crazy as the concept sounds.
That's really cool. But now we'll get into some of the new NFL rivalry uniforms released this week. Boy, are there some cool ones.
There's some good ones, but man, are there some crap too.
Oh, dude, yeah. So we'll start with the Bears.
In the NFC North. Okay, so they went with the classic look from their 1940s with the orange uniforms.
I hate it.
It's got an orange patch.
What an eyesore that patch is right there, though.
The only thing good about it is the helmet. I mean, we're looking at
helmet's pretty sweet.
And they moved to where again?
So Indiana or something? They're moving. I don't know. Moving out of
Chicago. Moving out of Chicago, and they look like their college that plays there, the Illinois.
Fighting Illinois.
Fighting Illinois. Yeah, it's 1-to-1 uniform. It's not very pretty to look at.
Are very boring. This stripe
looks
on the
unprofessional,
sleeve,
I might
right,
say.
The stripe on the sleeve's terrible, and I don't love the font, but I'll get over it.
We're gonna move on to the Green Bay Packers. They went a little simpler on theirs.
I like it.
Thank goodness they threw a little logo on their corner as well, but it's pretty cool. They changed the numbers up. It looks a little more like that bourbon style you were talking about, and they threw a stripe on the shoulder pad.
I like it. I think the helmet adds kind of brings it all together.
Clean and simple. They're gonna wear it Week 5 against the Bears.
Sweet.
So
yeah, I think that's cool. I don't know. That'll be a cool matchup with those jerseys. I think bringing that old kind of style makes it really interesting. Speaking of which,
the Vikings. Man, they look nice. So they really didn't alter that much from the front. And you're looking at it and you're like, okay, what's going on with these jerseys? And then you look at the side and they have the Viking stripe on the shoulder.
It's so cool.
And it's just so clean. The attention to detail is so nice.
And the helmet with the stripe coming down the middle.
Yes.
Love that.
Looks like a warrior.
Keeping the horns on the side. I like that a lot too. And the font on the front is just beautiful.
No doubt.
These are my favorites so far, without a doubt.
And now we got a blunder.
These are fun.
When you first looked at them, you told me you liked them.
I love them because it looks like a race car.
It looks pretty cool, right? It looks electric. We're talking about the Detroit Lions new uniforms. If you haven't seen them, they're like an ultra racing blue, if you might. Very cool looking helmets. But then you look at the jerseys and you're like, hey, I recognize these.
It's the Carolina.
It's the Carolina Panthers. Yes, we have the Detroit Panthers right now in Motor City.
It's identical too. I didn't think about it when you first showed me these, but it's like no, it's uncanny how close they are.
I watched Cam Newton rocking these same uniforms.
And I do like what they did with like the carbon fiber look on the numbers on the helmet. I think that's really interesting. But
I thought it was cool they're trying to venture out, but man, you just stole a really cool uniform from a team down south.
Yeah, I think they're doing a cool thing, but should have done it a little different. But when you share a color scheme, that's a little different.
All right, moving on to the Houston Texans now. They're the H-Town. They got whiteout rivalry uniforms.
Awesome.
They are using the colorways that Houston's known for, specifically the Houston Oilers. We saw the Houston University use these colors, and Tennessee try to fight and say that they're their colors, but the colors really don't have any significance in the city of Nashville or Tennessee.
I think that belongs to Houston.
I mean, when I think of this colorway, I think of Warren Moon slinging the rock in the Astrodome.
Earl Campbell even.
Yeah. I don't think of, Marcus Mariota or
Steve McNair.
Steve McNair. I mean,
I understand that because technically it is the same franchise, but I mean that color scheme, like you said,
belongs to the city.
It belongs to the city of Houston.
Yeah,
I think they do this really cool here, but while also making it kind of a modern look. I think they do a good job of that.
They whited out the Texan logo, and they got the the whiteout H on the helmet. It looks really clean, really cool. I like it.
I'll be honest though, I think I prefer the Tennessee ones. I think by just a little bit. I think these are kind of doing a little too much of the modern style, and obviously I'm a sucker for a throwback jersey, but I don't know. I think they do a good job with these.
All right, speaking of throwbacks, you weren't a fan of these. Moving on to Jaguars.
So here's my gripe about these. I think the pants and the jersey and everything is about as perfect as you can.
Okay, so we got the cougar print pants.
I love them.
Or leopard print.
I've heard a lot of stuff. They're so.
I mean, I love them. They look so good.
One glaring mistake here is that eyesore of a helmet. What is that?
Really, I like it.
I can't stand. I think there's just too much blue. I think a stripe down the middle, or a little difference in the logo maybe. But I mean, that's just so much blue, and it's like, oh, I think a black helmet make it. I think at one point, like you got to be a little more like simple. I think when you're overdoing
They're definitely going for the retro look of the helmet. I don't like you said. I don't think they pull it off very well. I do like it more than black though. I would say because it adds a little color to it. But
I think why don't they go with that little leopard print from the pants and put that on the helmet though? I think that would look awesome. Who knows?
Yeah. Okay, moving on to the Titans. Man, these are nice.
They're sweet.
We got the Music City jerseys. I mean, and they have an all blue helmet with the new logo in a navy color, and then they redid the font for the numbers and the name on the back, and these jerseys are just beautiful. They're a navy or a gray navy, kind of with the light blue numbers with a white line through them. Man, they're pretty.
I've seen a lot of backlash about these online, but people just don't like them. I think those are so interesting and like kind of ties into like Tennessee, like Nashville, like Music City. I think is a really interesting concept for these, but I don't know. A lot of people are hating on them, but I think those are really cool.
I don't see it. I like them. I think they're a good change. Now we go to the Colts.
Speaking of these trash bag jerseys. I can't stand these.
This is the like the carnival jerseys that they give away. I mean, these are bad. They're just a gray jersey with blue. I mean, we've seen them wear them before. They were never good.
Right.
But they're wearing a blue helmet that doesn't have the double print on the back. I mean, this is the print that we were used to watching with Manning back in the day. He made it famous with the double Colt on the back of the helmet. These are terrible. I remember seeing them in Madden the first time, and I was like, wow, I am never wearing them.
It looks like you got kicked in the back of the head.
Yeah, twice.
That's terrible. But yeah, I think those jerseys are kind of just too generic. I like I said, you need to be simple, but like at some point you're just like, oh. It looks like a template for a jersey.
Yeah, they're terrible. And those are all of the new rivalry uniforms. Moving on, we got former wide receiver Allen Robinson II retired.
Saw that. I mean, he hadn't done anything in the league.
He hadn't done anything in a while. He was he's had stints in the Bears.
6 years ago, though, he was
Oh man, you remember the Allen and Allen train
Oh yeah,
in Jacksonville? Allen
absolutely.
Robinson, Allen Hurns, Blake Bortles
Blake
slinging the
Bortles.
rock. Nobody talks about how nasty that Jaguars team is, and it really was sad. The 2017 Saxonville team
Mhm.
was one
Oh
of
my
the
gosh.
most best
That's nice.
one of the one of the best teams I've ever watched.
Yeah, absolutely. What's kind of stinks though is like Allen Robinson's gonna be a forgotten name in 5 years. Like your
And
kids are
people
gonna be,
just don't understand how good they really were.
and
I
yeah,
mean, that was a guy that could do everything across the field.
mhm.
He had like
Big
1,200
body. Could
yards.
just, I mean, couldn't miss a catch too. I remember having him in fantasy like several years ago and being like,
And he
nice,
was
what a good
always
pick.
very productive. So, yep, congrats to you, man. Good luck on a good retirement. Moving on, we got Boise State putting out new helmets, their new turf helmets.
Mhm.
The design's interesting here.
Very cool. I think they,
It's an angry stallion with orange eyes. It really fits the theme
mhm.
of Boise State and
Mhm.
what they want to do.
What I don't like is that it's so meticulous of an image on the helmet that whenever you're watching the game or you see like a team with all these helmets on, you're not gonna be able to tell what's going on there, and it's just gonna look like a blob. And I don't know.
Yeah,
I think
and
these are really interesting for like a, I don't know, like a on your mantle,
I think it'd be
autographed
good.
on the
Yeah, the
mantle.
little mini helmets
Yeah.
that get signed. I think it'd be good for that. But I mean, you're even if you're in the stadium, you're not gonna know what it is. They chose a blue horse on a blue helmet. Interesting choice here. I don't know who approved
It's
it.
more of an art piece than it is a
I agree. I think
helmet.
this is something you put on your desk and you
Hmm.
glare at and maybe get
Yeah.
autograph. Not something you play in.
Yeah. No.
Um,
Cool idea though.
moving on, UConn got new uniforms. Yes, they're a basketball school, and you shouldn't really care about what football has to do for them.
But they dropped one of the
They
most
dro no, no, no.
ridiculous videos.
They dropped the hardest hype video I have ever seen.
If you haven't seen it, go look up the Yukon football I See Red or whatever it was saying.
I see red
Their
video.
whole kind of concept there was I don't see whenever I step on the field, I don't see the field or this or that. I see red, and then it showed their red jerseys. Oh, dude,
Talked about the red zone, man. It
goosebumps.
is insane, and it's like this team's gonna go out there and go 2-10
Mhm.
or 1-11,
Yeah,
but they're gonna look good doing
they're
it.
gonna look so stylish.
I mean, these red uniforms are pretty as bland as they get,
Yeah,
but it's like a rocket red,
mhm.
and so it's very pretty.
It's
And
gonna look great.
yeah, just watch the hype video, and it'll make
Mhm.
so much more sense why we're glazing the ever living crud out of it. Moving on,
Big news this week, or today rather, the Pro Bowl has been canceled.
75 years and it's gone,
Mhm.
man.
One of the most like
This
important parts of like being a childhood football fan was watching the Pro Bowl every year, and being excited to go see all your
seeing
favorite
all your
players on the
favorite
same
players,
team.
all the all pros on the same team having a good time. Like,
Mhm.
I don't know, the one I can think of is the 2014 Pro Bowl when you had Tony Romo, Des Bryant,
Oh yeah.
DeMarco Murray all on the same team, and then you had Odell Beckham Jr.
Yeah.
dancing to
With the mascot. Yeah.
Juju on the beat.
Yeah.
Yes, the
Skips
Colts
it up.
mascot. I mean, and it was always so fun to just watch these guys play, and they'd always try trickery.
And in the last couple of years, we've seen an obvious decline in that with the Pro Bowl games.
And obviously, I understand that because of the health, but it just sucks for something so fun to
Mm.
go away. And it was like a vacation, and so
It definitely is like a kind of reminder of how the NFL has been recently, which
has been shifting.
becoming
With,
so kind of a corporate idea as more than like a fun. Saw somebody say NFL stands for No Fun League, and I was like, I mean that's pretty accurate, I'd say.
I think it's the invisible branding at this
Mhm.
point.
Agreed.
Um, in other news, professional athletes returning to college.
Don't like that.
No, it's terrible.
I think if you sign a contract with an NFL team, you should never be able to come back to college.
Absolutely.
I mean, or at least not playing college, but like I just don't see
I
a
think
point.
you should be denied
Mhm.
all your eligibility
Agreed.
if you sign a professional contract in any sport.
Mhm.
Where it's not just football. I mean,
Yeah.
anywhere.
Yeah.
And it really just shows you how little power the NCAA has at this point. It's
Right.
up to the conferences to make decisions, and we'll get into that a little bit later. But I feel like this all kind of started when NBA G Leaguers were going and trying to play college ball again.
Mhm. Yeah. I just don't understand it completely. Like
My problem with
If
it is if you're not good enough for the professional level and you've already, moved on to there, why are you coming back and stealing an opportunity from a younger guy?
for sure.
That's been my issue with the COVID thing.
Mhm.
That's been my issue with all this injury eligibility
Yeah,
that's been going on for years.
eighth year
I mean,
seniors like that's
yeah, the fact that you're 28 years old and stealing opportunities
mhm.
from 18 and 19-year-old kids is
Yeah,
criminal.
absolutely. Yeah, I think this is kind of dumb. I understand where they're coming from. Like, go undrafted, you don't get to make a team, but like, I don't know. I feel like if you enter the draft, you should be ready to go play NFL football. Now we will jump into some college news.
Starting out for Ohio State, no surprise.
Mhm.
Junior wide receiver Jeremiah Smith is being named the team captain.
As you should.
Well deserved.
Yeah,
I mean,
best player in college football
yeah,
in a
easy.
while.
So definitely one of the best prospects.
Mhm.
Moving on to LSU, this is who we were talking about,
Mhm.
who sparked all the debate
Yeah.
recently. Former Browns tight end Daquan Wright set to join LSU following a waiver move. Now this was earlier in the week.
Mhm.
Stuff has changed since then, but they also went out and signed or made a commitment for former Saints D lineman Xavion Harris
Yeah.
to the team after his NFL stint.
I don't like this at all.
No, I think it's bad for the sport.
It's very bad for the sport. I think it's going to cause more problems than it's going to fix. I think if you're on an NFL team, you're on an NFL team. Like you don't have time in college anymore.
And the problem is now that everything's so loose
Mhm.
because we can go and get appeals through courts instead of
Right.
listening to the NCAA, is every rule is going to be challenged
Right.
everywhere. I mean, before you know it, if it's just let out to dry, the college will become the professional atmosphere.
It kind of already is. I mean, players are getting paid more. Arch Manning's getting paid more than like a good percentage of NFL quarterbacks. So
Yeah.
it's like, at what point does this become less of an amateur sport and more of like college is professional?
But there have been progress made recently.
Mhm.
Conferences have come together to ban professional athletes returning to college ball.
Love that.
Big 12 made a big step and banned it across all sports.
Great move.
Yeah, great move. So far, the Big 10 and the SEC have banned it across just football.
Mhm.
But the SEC has made more progress as well.
Mhm. They moved to penalize coaches and schools with former pros. I think that's awesome. Like,
I think it's targeting one guy, though.
I think it is too. I think it is.
Screw you, Lane
Yeah,
Kiffin.
get out of here.
Yeah, so
Yeah, I think that, I don't know. I think it's good by those three conferences, but it should be a whole.
I don't think we should have
NCAA.
to have this talk.
I
The
don't
fact
think
that
so
we're having
either.
this talk is it's crazy in itself.
Yeah, I think that's really silly.
But the only school to vote against this policy was LSU. No surprise there.
Couldn't have told you that.
Yeah.
Come on.
Sounds like everybody's pointing fingers in the room.
I would have to agree.
Moving on, Alabama names quarterback Keelan Russell as starter. So, not a big surprise. I mean, he was a highly touted recruit coming out of Duncanville through to Oregon wide receiver DeCorian Moore in high school.
Mhm.
They have an elite highlight tape together.
Yeah, no doubt.
So, and he's sat a year on the bench there. So, we'll see how he does in SEC play. Obviously, replacing Ty Simpson is going to be something
Mhm.
with DeBoer
Yeah,
as head coach. I don't know how it all works.
I don't either, but I don't know. Obviously, we've seen Alabama year in and year out develop their quarterback into a playmaking machine, so I think we'll see the same thing here.
And being a
probably.
young guy, he still has plenty of time.
No
I
doubt.
don't know if Alabama's. I don't think they're in FCC conference championship talks right now.
But I mean, they're never out of it really. I mean, that's just the type of program that's always going to
And
be
they
in that
just play
conversation.
hard, good Southeastern football.
Mhm.
So,
Absolutely. In
um,
some more news, Missouri star running back Ahmad Hardy, my pick for the Heisman Trophy, is suffered a gunshot wound and is recovering currently. What?
what are we doing? What are we doing in our offseason?
Yeah.
He got shot at a concert in May
Mhm.
by one of his former high school teammates.
Now, I don't know any of the nitty gritty here, but like, what are we doing?
Who are we running around with?
I don't know. I can't.
I mean, you're sitting on a lottery ticket.
Mhm.
I mean, you're looking at a Heisman Trophy. You're looking at a first-round draft pick.
Easily.
And then, I mean, we've seen it before. Guys get hurt doing something reckless in college, and
Yeah.
they slide in the draft.
Yeah. And a gunshot wound is not going to help you in your
No.
draft stock. especially going into this season, which is so important for him. Like, this is really his chance to like make a name for himself more than he
Yeah,
already
and
has.
apparently the gunshot went through his upper leg and bounced off his bone.
Oh,
So it's definitely not a great.
yeah. R.I.P. my Heisman vote.
Yeah.
Dang it. But yeah, moving on to NC State, four-star quarterback Gunnar Rivers left the game with a right knee injury.
The only reason we mention this is because there is a chance of another Rivers in the NFL in a few years.
Oh my goodness.
And there's what,
Yeah.
16 more to come?
Yeah, yeah, at least.
So,
Yeah, it's son of quarterback Philip Rivers, who future Hall of Famer easily with the
Chargers
and the
and
Colts.
did we mention the Colts?
I mean, he played last year technically, barely, but
I mean, he had a max
they wheeled him out
max
there.
distance of 15 yards and had the IVs ready on the sideline.
Yeah, he got it done there. I think he lost, but it's all right.
And the most interesting news you'll hear today, San Jose City College is bringing in a 47-year-old defensive end. Justin Buzzard, a current pastor, last played college football 30 years ago.
What is going on?
This guy could very well be a grandfather, right?
Yeah, he's playing with like Darren McFadden in there.
And he decided, you know what? I'm tired of preaching off the field. I want to preach on the field.
Dude, I mean,
Listen.
hey, more power to you, Justin, but you're in
The last minister of defense we knew was Reggie White. So,
yeah.
Yeah, do I think Justin Buzzard has it in him? No.
Hey, you know what? I hope Justin Buzzard goes out and tears them up.
For 2 weeks.
and then get back to the hospital. But what a fun story that is.
Moving on to NFL news in the AFC East, star cornerback Christian Gonzalez is in contract talks right now with the program looking in a very positive light towards it, trying to get him sealed. I think he's easily a top cornerback in the game, top 5.
The top 3, in my opinion. I don't know, I would have paid him a long time ago, probably. He's their star. But
I mean, he's been very good for that defense, and he's gave him consistency, which is really all you can ask from a quarterback.
Doubt, absolutely. Moving on to the Steelers in the AFC North, Joey Porter, cornerback, was on the trading block after holding for a new contract. I mean, how many times are we going to see that this season of guys trying to get contracts and then getting the heck out of there? I mean, Vita Vea almost did it like a week ago, but I mean,
I think it's a selfish move. I know it's trying to protect your image and get your value.
Several years ago too, with like Ezekiel Elliott, who like didn't get a contract because he was whining about how much he was getting paid. If you're an NFL player, I understand chase the bigger bag, but I mean, eventually you got to want to still play football.
Yeah, and sometimes you can talk yourself out of a good situation, end up in a bad situation like Le'Veon or other guys. So, I mean, you just really got to be smart when it comes to contract talks, and I feel like there's a lot of bad guidance out there.
Absolutely.
A lot of people think they're worth more than they are. Maybe Joey Porter is a prime example of that.
And keeping with the Steelers, they plan to keep all 4 of their quarterbacks after Drew Aller. His performance in the preseason game was just dominant. So
pretty good. Yeah, he looked very good. That is 4 spots, though, on a 53-man roster. You've got to cut elsewhere.
Yeah, but honestly, especially for a team like that hasn't found their quarterback, like their real good quarterback since like Ben Roethlisberger. I mean, I can understand them wanting to keep a guy around.
And he's a young guy. I think he's definitely got a lot to prove.
And he's sitting behind.
I think you could have got rid of, what's his name?
Mason Rudolph.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
what are we sitting on there? He's going to like year 6 or something.
You got to get him out of there. I think. Let's see. There's one more preseason game. Drew Aller. I mean, if he performs, I would get Mason Rudolph out of there.
Yeah, and make room.
Let Drew Aller sit behind Aaron Rodgers, learn a thing or two. I mean, why not? If he can really prove himself, that's a big deal for this.
You have a higher ceiling walking out there and suiting up Drew Aller as your cornerback 1 than you do Mason Rudolph.
Absolutely, I'd have to agree. I think Drew Aller showed us just in the 2 games that he's already ready to roll. Keeping in the AFC North, Jamar Chase for the Cincinnati Bengals hurt his knee in their joint practice. Appears to be fine, but
he kind of went down hard. The video didn't look very good.
He's holding that knee real hard too.
Yeah,
I don't love that.
Definitely gonna have some knee soreness.
But
who knows? I mean, 2 weeks it can probably go away before the week start or for the week 1 starts. Yeah, season 1. So I don't think it's the biggest deal in the world, but definitely something to watch. Maybe some inflammation and stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, Because you can always strain a ligament
Mhm.
and just be fine, feel like you're just fine, and then overwork it and be out.
Absolutely, yeah. Sticking with the AFC North, the Browns have named Deshaun Watson the starter at
Terrible
quarterback.
move. Terrible move.
Stupid move, in my opinion. I think Shador showed us what he can do. Let
The
him
problem
play.
is the cap hit would be so big if they cut him now. It just
That's
every
true.
year we see him start week 1 and then get benched in the middle of the season. The organization just cannot bring themselves to
Get rid of him.
take that loss.
I don't.
There's nothing there.
I would have let him go a while ago.
I mean, he's a locker room cancer.
Mhm.
He's not playing well.
Mhm.
He has a bad rep. I mean,
Yeah. I mean, he hadn't been productive since he was on the Texans,
since
really.
Houston,
Yeah.
or no, 2 years prior to his last year in
Mhm.
Houston.
Yeah.
I
No
mean,
kidding. Yeah.
so
I don't know. I really do think his time in the league should be over soon. He hadn't. I don't know. He
yeah.
might could be a high quality backup, but
And then he did not have a great preseason showing, and
no, he's bad.
fans started booing him, and he slammed him on the post game press.
If you're not playing good, you're gonna get booed. It's part of the thing. You can't go into the press room pouting about it,
Yeah, so
especially if you want that week 1 starting job. Yeah, don't love that.
moving on, defensive end Alex Wright ruptured his Achilles for the defense.
Yeah,
Kind of bad blow. The team's to sign veteran DN Derek Barnett to a 1-year, $5.5 million deal. Former Tennessee Volunteer, drafted by the Eagles, was solid there. $5.5 million. It's all right. You need to fill the position. I don't hate it.
yeah. I think it's probably a safe move.
I mean, yeah, you're at a position now where it's like, 2 weeks out from the regular season. You got to get stuff
Right.
done now.
Like we talked about a couple weeks ago, like veteran presence in your locker room cannot be under what's the word? You know what I'm looking for, but I mean that's really important. I think the Cowboys are trying to do the same thing right now. Bring in a veteran, show these younger guys how it's done. I think.
I mean, you pay the few million so that you can advance everybody else.
Yeah,
That's what you're
absolutely.
looking for here. Moving on to the AFC South, the Texans traded for wide receiver Kayshon Boutte, sending
Let's
safety
go.
Jalen Reed and a 2028 seventh round pick to the Patriots.
I don't hate this move. I think I don't know. I saw promise out of Jalen Reed, so I don't know. I don't think that's probably a safe place to get rid of him right this second because he's still young. But I mean, I don't know.
If you need to bolster your wide receiver room, though,
Yeah.
Boutte can be a good second
Yeah.
or third
Mhm.
option.
I agree.
Definitely very serviceable.
And that's what they're looking for right
And
now.
CJ Stroud needs, I mean, he needs all the receiving help he can get, to be honest.
He needs something.
He needs a really good year, or
He-
he's going to be wearing a different colors next year. Moving on, our defensive end Dylan Horton to miss season with a torn Achilles.
Yeah. I mean,
It's tough.
part of the game. Yeah.
It sucks to see preseason injuries,
Yeah.
but it's it's something in the game. Moving on to the AFC West, going to the Raiders. Running back Ashton Johnson dealing with an ankle sprain after a scary moment in joint practice, I believe.
Don't love that. I mean, he's the star. He's gonna should finish a top 5 running back in the league this year. I hate that for sure, but I don't know. If his week 1 status is still unclear, it's really hard to make a statement right now of what's going to happen. But if he misses any time, that's a problem for the Raiders. They're already struggling. We'll get into one of the guys
And
that struggled this week. Later,
Even
but
more, they just got rid of Zamir White. They traded him to the Niners, I believe, for Deion Jones. So that's something to think about. So the stock on rookie running back Brian Washington Jr. from Arkansas
Yep.
just went way up, and he looked pretty good in the preseason games he plays.
for sure,
Very quick, very big.
Mhm.
So
that'd be a good opportunity for him, especially if Ashton Jeanty happens to miss any good time. Now we'll move on to the NFC East. The Cowboys wide receiver Camden Brown is looking good again. Thank goodness, dude. We need some wide receiver movement right now. I mean,
yeah, and he's so elusive,
Mhm.
and I think he can definitely fight for that wide receiver
Yeah.
3, wide receiver 4 slot. But the guy we mentioned that was on the hot seat, yeah, working on it. The hot seat last week, Jonathan
Yeah.
Mingo
He looked good.
had a good game.
Boy looked good.
He went deep. I mean, Milton went deep one time, hit him right in the hands.
Mhm.
Solid, big touchdown there. And then he had a few catches underneath. And, we've always known Mingo is this big athletic freak. He's just never figured out receiver. And I guess now that his position spot on the team is being challenged,
Mhm.
you know,
put it
maybe
into
he'll
high
figure it
gear.
out.
Yeah.
And then linebacker Deshaun Berrium
Hmm.
looks really good.
Yeah. He's big. Big dude.
Yeah, I
He
mean,
got it done.
big 55, and he was all over the field. He had a few tackles for losses. He was shredding guards. Really excited to see what he brings
For
to
sure.
the team.
Sticking with the East here, OBJ looked really good in preseason.
He looks smooth. He looks
looks-
smooth in his route
He
running.
doesn't look quite like he used to, but he looks. I don't know. It looks like he fits in that spot.
Off of
really
what,
well.
3 ACLs? He's looking solid.
Something like that. I don't know. He's had every surgery you can think of.
He's fighting for a 53-man spot right now. I think he'll get it.
I think he'll get it
they
too.
cleared out Juju for.
I think if you're beating Juju, who's still like a serviceable receiver, I think you're good enough to be on the team.
And he's just so loved by the fan base that I definitely think he's good for
Yeah.
the team.
Absolutely. Jersey sales are going to be ridiculous.
Oh yeah, I mean I'm tempted. Head coach Harbaugh says it's reasonable to assume wide receiver Malik Neighbors will be ready for
I
week
saw
one.
they took off his no contact jersey in practice. He's back moving again. Saw him run routes. He looks solid off that knee. I mean, I'm not worried about him at all. I think he'll be just fine.
His skill set is so interesting as a receiver. I mean
It
he
is.
moves like a Jamar
Light,
Chase.
quick.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean it's insane the way he moves.
Mhm.
He's not a big guy, but he's fast and he goes up and makes
Yeah.
catches that you just wouldn't expect. His hands are really
Mhm.
good. So definitely good for Dart, and
sure.
that's like we've been saying this whole time. The Giants' offense is going to be a really fun one to watch.
For sure, I agree. Sticking with them though, Calvin Austin, another wide receiver from the team, tore his ACL this week.
That
Probably
sucks.
gonna miss the whole season,
Mm.
but that opens that opportunity up for OBJ to get in there. You know,
More room for him to maneuver. That's
Absolutely.
two guys off the top of the depth chart
Mhm.
that he can move up.
yeah, I like that for his opportunities a lot. Moving on to the Eagles, Jaquindon Jackson.
That a kid.
Yeah, well, you got it. He left practice in an ambulance this week. Happened on opening kickoff. We don't really know much about it just yet, but he has strength and movement in all extremities. So I don't know. That sucks, but
Hopefully he can get back to form and be
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah,
I
no
mean,
doubt.
this is injuries are they're bigger than the game.
yeah, absolutely.
So at the end of the day, you just want what's best
Mhm.
for every player. So.
Especially at that position for the Eagles. Like when Saquon, his workload's already ridiculous. You're gonna have that backup. So I mean, hopefully, I don't know what this injury is, but hopefully, he'll be back in due time. Moving on to the NFC, we'll start in the South. I'll let you take this one.
Quarterback Michael Penix Jr. of the Falcons cleared to return to 11-on-11 work. Will compete for quarterback one job with Tua.
Honestly, don't think there should be a competition.
Really, who are you leaning? Which way?
Michael Penix.
Michael Penix.
Oh,
Yeah, I
Tua
don't
had-
know.
Tua's something's up.
Yeah,
He hadn't played good in I can't tell you how long, but I don't know. What's so
there's
weird?
definitely an injury concern with him with all the head injuries
right.
he's had. The fact that he's still allowed to play football should be worrisome.
What's
on
so
its own.
weird to me though is he had a 5,000-yard passing season, I think, like several years ago. But like, it's weird to think that same guy isn't like
He's not there.
not
He's
there
not
anymore.
playing like
feels like a different person.
It's crazy, especially when you remember his Alabama days. There was nothing this cat couldn't do,
Mm.
and then now he gets to the league, and
Yeah, it's really weird.
It's
He's
a
very,
shame.
very on and off.
it's not the guy that we're used to seeing, but it's the guy that we got to come to accept. I don't think he's going to change, and I do agree. Michael Penix should be the starter, but
I'm very
I mean,
high on
what is he?
Michael Penix
28
though.
now? 29?
It's got to be.
I mean, he played forever in college, and his knees look like they're on life support right
Yeah.
now. So I don't know. It's not a very comfortable situation.
No, not at all.
I'd hate to be a Falcons fan, to be honest. They've
I
been
would
through
just
some
anyway.
stuff. Moving on to the NFC West, the Rams' former D tackle Aaron Donald is holding out over money disputes.
What is
Really,
the
man?
deal, dude? If you want to come back and finish off your career when you're in your 40s, like you cannot be worried about how much. they're paying
No,
you
I
for
mean,
it.
and he came out and said he won't play for free, but we know what that means.
Yeah.
That means that he wants D tackle one money. Like, he wants that 30,
You
20,
hadn't
30
played
million a
since
year.
2021, I believe. You can't sit here
And,
and act
I
like
mean,
the best in the league.
You've got Matthew Stafford, you've got, Myles Garrett, all these guys on a payroll.
Already getting paid.
Yeah, we can't. And you took a year off, probably not training, probably enjoying it, not thinking you're going to come back, and then you see Myles Garrett come back, and you see how close they got, and you think, I want a ring, but I want to get paid.
Yeah.
Is it
This
is
kind of-
it a issue of I want to play for a ring, or is it I blew all my money already and I need more?
I think part of it is an ego thing about him. Is like he's not there to win. Obviously, if you were there to win, you'd take the
You'd
pay
sacrifice
cut.
the
You'd take
money.
the pay cut.
Yeah.
I mean, you're already a millionaire. Like I would take that pay cut, and then I don't know.
I think it's an issue,
Mhm.
and I don't really know if I want a guy like that in my locker room.
To be honest, if I'm the Rams organization, I'd probably just be like, see ya. Like,
Kick rocks.
thanks for all the good memories.
Yeah,
but
you're
see
still. I mean, you're here your whole career. You're
Mhm.
very serviceable, but you're not. I mean, you're not helping right now.
ya. If you're gonna worry about money when you're trying to come back and rejuvenate your career, dude.
The NFL moves on,
Mhm.
and it will move past you. It is a fast-paced league,
Absolutely.
and it will not wait on nobody. So, I mean, I don't know. Like you said, it's an ego thing. I think he's just above everything in his mind,
Yeah.
and that's not how it works.
Not how it works.
Moving on to the Niners, a lot of injury news this week.
A lot of
but
good injury news.
on the good side, on the green
A lot
side.
of recovery this week.
Tight end George Kittle activated to the roster from the physically unable to perform list,
Mhm.
which is good.
Good.
CMC's back at practice after doing no contact for a couple weeks, but still working. And then here's the one we don't like: wide receiver Mike Evans to play Week 1, but he's been missing practice because of what?
Cramp it.
Cramp issues. What would Brady Carney have to say about that?
Oh, he would.
He'd ring him a new
make
one.
you run.
It does not matter, Mike Evans, that you are a 9-time, 1,000-yard receiver,
Yeah.
Hall of Fame bound, one of the best Texas A&M receivers ever. If you are holding out over cramps,
But I mean, when you're in your late 30s, you're gonna get a little sore. It's just part of the game.
yeah, but that's when you retire,
Yeah. Well,
which is something that I think he does after this year.
And one thing I talked about recently was like this offense is so slow. I mean, there's no speed here at all. CMC's
No, I mean,
fast, but like
You got Debo and Mike
Debo's
Evans
so
running
slow.
around.
Mike Evans is slow. George Kittle's a tight end.
Definitely not burners. You don't have your Ayuk. You don't have, that number 19. That was really good.
Oh yeah, Ricky Pearsall will be back though, I guess. So that'll be good. But
He's dealing with some knee swelling.
that's right. Yeah. He's missing time right now.
Yeah.
So that's.
Oh no, we got the surgery. He's out for the year.
That's right. Ricky Pearsall's not playing football this year.
That's terrible.
That's
terrible.
a huge problem.
Okay, but moving on to the Seahawks, rookie safety Bud Clark to be out multiple months, former standout TCU safety. That sucks. He was making some plays.
Yeah.
Uh,
I don't know if you saw that. There's a mic'd up video of him during his injury. Just what a high spirited guy. The whole time he was like, "I'm gonna be all right." He's like, I don't know, just keeping himself cool. I like that. See that composure out of a young.
always been down to earth.
Mhm.
He's really, really likable
Interesting
guy.
for sure.
Moving on, the team actually sold. NFL owners approved the sale of the franchise for a little over $9 billion. Still not worth as much as the Cowboys, but I guess it's a little bit of chump change.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Win the Super Bowl, sell the team. That's how you
Not exactly a
make that-
stock drawer money, but
No, not at all.
Yeah. More news.
moving
Jake
on to
Bobo.
Oh yeah.
Teams feared he has torn his ACL.
That's
I
all
went
right.
down on it during practice, in a joint practice with the Chargers, I believe, and it looked bad.
Yeah, it looked rough. That's hard, especially at that position. I don't know. It's gonna be hard. Wide receiver, I believe, and he just, I don't know, ruined his whole year. So that's hard to see. I mean, we've seen too much of that. The season hasn't even started, so.
And then last news of the day, we got the Cardinals. They waived running back Trey Benson and activated linebacker Josh Sweat off the PUP list. So
Sweet.
it's good news.
Trey Benson's a good pickup for them. Or, excuse me.
Josh Sweat.
Yeah, I'm an idiot.
Alrighty, now we're moving on to the bigger and better stuff
Mhm.
with some team breakdowns that we promised
fun.
y'all this week. We're gonna start off with Tate and his favorite.
My boys.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the Sooners a little bit.
Throw up my
So
mouth
the
a little
Sooners are
bit.
coming off of a devastating loss in the playoffs to Alabama. Could have won that game. 2 or 3 plays here or there would have won us that game, but I don't know. That's a pretty dominant run last year, coming in 10-2. We're returning 14 starters, 8 on offense, 6 on defense. I think our secondary is really elite. Peyton Bowen, Eli Bowen, Cortland Guillory on the defense. We have David Stone on the D-line. I think he's going to be just dominant. Really excited about him. John Mateer is fully healthy. He's returning for his 4th year.
And jacked.
He's also huge and ginormous and ripped. So he's returning for his 4th starting season of college football. I'm predicting 10-2 for these guys. I think they drop a game
Let's
to
go
Georgia.
schedule.
Yeah, let's read through the schedule and I'll go game for game. Let's see here. So we start at UTEP, or they start in Norman against UTEP. Obvious win there. Then we go to Ann Arbor in Michigan. I think we win that game.
That's a tough stadium in the big house.
Tough stadium. I think our defense and our I don't know. If we can be consistent on offense, that game's easy. New Mexico, win. Then we're in Athens at Georgia. I think we
You're
dropped
not
that
walking
game.
out of that one. Yeah.
I think, worst comes to worst, we lose that game by 3 touchdowns. I think.
I think that's a
Excuse me,
pretty high likelihood of happening.
I think that'll be a close game. Then we have the bye week. Then we move into Dallas against the Longhorns.
Yeah, I got the Red River rivalry.
That is going to be a one-score game, I think. But I
It's
think
going to go orange.
I think the Sooners pull it out. I think the Oklahoma Sooners win that game by maybe a field goal, but I think we squeak it out. And
It's always a good game.
it's always a good game. You can never go into that game expecting your team to, like, I don't know.
You can't count them out.
The higher seed means nothing in this game.
Yeah.
Like, Oklahoma goes into that game with nothing else but Texas.
Kind of like how
Same
high
thing
we
with
ranked
Texas.
it a couple weeks ago when we did the
Mhm.
rivalries. I mean, rivalries just mean more in college football.
Nobody cares about the playoffs or any.
I mean,
numbers.
you're playing for pure hatred for the other side.
Absolutely, and I think that's what this game's going to be. And I think Oklahoma runs in, coming off of what 3 years, no touchdowns against Texas.
Mhm.
I think we come into this game firing on all cylinders, ready to roll. Next week we move into Kentucky. I think that's an obvious win there too. I don't think they can handle our offense. Then we go to Mississippi State. I think there's a win there. A win against South Carolina. A win against Florida. Then we take on Ole Miss in Norman.
That's going to be a good game.
It's going
That's
to be
probably
a
game of
sweet
the week.
game. I do
Juwan
think
Lacey and Trinidad Chambliss back.
that's what I'm worried about. I do think we drop that game to them. I think they probably pull it out by maybe a touchdown. But then we have Texas A&M in Norman. I think we win that game, and then we're in Missouri. I think we win that game. I think we finished 10-2 with losses to Georgia and Ole Miss. I
Think that's good enough for an SEC championship spot?
I don't know. I hope so. I think it'll be Georgia and Ole Miss, but I think the
You
two-
never know how it'll play out.
Right, absolutely.
Moving on to my first team, I got my Texas Longhorns,
Gross.
the Texas Longhorns.
Boo.
You still got the Arch Manning show, which
Mhm.
is, always going to be good, always entertaining.
Mhm.
He finished, like I said a few weeks ago, he finished the season on a tear.
Yeah.
He had a 90 PFF grade from week 9 onward, which was 6th best in the nation.
Yeah.
I mean, he threw for 3,100 yards, 26 touchdowns, 7 picks, even with a foot injury last year.
Yeah.
Very good, very, very respectable year, especially down the stretch when he figured it out. He's looking at a Heisman candidate nomination right now and a high draft pick. We're not worried about that. We're worried about results, which is something that Texas struggled with recently. But this is a very talented Texas team. I mean, you're talking about running backs Riley Brown from Arizona and running back Hollywood Smothers from NC State. Both of them are elite.
Yeah.
I mean, I think Brown had just over 1,000 yards. Smothers just under. They're going to be a very good 1-2 punch. I mean, they cleared the running back room out for these guys.
Yeah.
And then, of course, the second best receiver in football, Cam Coleman, came in, and he bolsters to a already solid wide receiver room with the Wingo, but I think it just got way better.
I will say, Cam Coleman, and I know he had Jackson Arnold at quarterback at Auburn last year, but whenever he faced the Sooners, lockdown. He could not handle us. That's why I think the Sooners roll that game.
Well, Jackson Arnold was throwing ducks in the stand.
Jackson Arnold couldn't get the ball.
So that's OU's finest right there. And then on defense, of course, you have one of the best edge rushers in the nation, Colin Simmons, and Rutgers cornerback transfer Bo Masco. So they're going to be really good. They always play really good football. Hopefully the running game's a little bit better, a little bit more stable for Arch this year, especially in big games like Ohio State, so he has more of a chance and more time to develop the play. Let's get in some schedule here. Week 1, you got Texas State at home. Don't even have to worry about that game. It'll be over by halftime. Then you got Ohio State at home week 2. Game of the week, easy. I think they get their win back this year. I think they get it done.
Okay.
In Austin, don't have to fly all the way up to Ohio State Stadium. I think they get it done there. Then they go to UTSA. There's a win. They got Tennessee in Tennessee. I think that'll be a good game.
I think so.
Tennessee's ranked 20th right now, which is to be expected. I think they do win that one though. Maybe by a touchdown, maybe 2. Then they got Oklahoma, in Dallas. They're winning that one by as many as they want. Do I believe that?
I love the
Of
confidence.
course I believe
Love the
that.
confidence guy.
Then they got Florida at home. Don't have to go play in Florida. I think they win this one this year. They, they get it back after that devastating loss last year that basically threw them in the gutter.
Mhm.
And then they got Week 8, Ole Miss at home. I think we drop this game. Texas, they're gonna drop, they're gonna drop a few games here and there, maybe ones that they shouldn't. I think this is one that's gonna be a great match. I think they drop it. There's definitely a chance they can come and win it, but I think Lacey and Camp Chambliss are just gonna be too much for them. And yeah, so I think Ole Miss wins that one by a touchdown, maybe 10 points. Then they got Mississippi State at home Week 9. I think they win that one. Then they got Missouri in Missouri. Hardy should be back and rolling by then. I think that's a game we struggle with, honestly. Late in the season, I don't know, that much about Missouri, but I know Hardy's good. I think we win that one by touchdown. I mean, should be more.
Yeah.
If we honestly think about it, it should be a 2 to 3 touchdown affair. And then Week 11, we got LSU on the road. I think we drop this one. I think we drop this one to Clinton or to Kiffin. It's in Death Valley, against Sam Levitt. We struggled against him last time.
Yeah.
So I think that is our second loss of the year. Then we got Arkansas at home, Week 12. Handle business. Sorry, Woo Pig City. It's not happening. And then we got A&M last week, Lone Star Showdown. Sorry, little bro, you're not gonna do it this year. Final record 10-2. I don't think it's an SEC championship type squad. I do think it's a playoff team. I do think we can make a run in the playoffs and hopefully get a championship game appearance. We haven't had one since Young, so definitely do. Definitely no time for underachieving.
No doubt. I'll jump into my Texas Tech breakdown. They're coming off of a 12-2 Big 12 championship season, one of their best ever, arguably. They're returning 13 starters, which is really good for a team that, especially a Big 12 team like this, that guys are going all over the place. So returning 13 starters, I think they're gonna have a slight fall from where they were last year. I don't think that hurts their chances at all for a Big 12 championship repeat. The defense lost Jacob Rodriguez, who was the star last year. He was in my Heisman finalist last year, but I don't think that really makes a scratch in this defense. I mean, they just shut down every offense that they play against. I think the biggest question right now is the quarterback position. They had Brennan Sorsby. He got in a little bit of trouble. I don't know if you heard about that.
A
little bit of that
poker chip in trouble.
Yeah, you know how it is. A little bit of a casino run, but yeah, so he's not playing this year, but they do have Will Hammond. Will Hammond is a junior who had very limited action last year. Finished with 680 yards and 7 touchdowns, and I think 6 touchdowns rushing as well. Not great for 8 games, but I think having that experience now is going to help him out a lot. So they'll look to him for running this offense. Another guy I'm really excited about is their running back. This run game is really dominant. Cameron Dickey and Jacoby Williams, they combined for almost 2,000 yards and 20 touchdowns last season. I think that's really good. We'll jump into my prediction now. Yeah, those running backs, though, I think they're going to be just the best part of this offense. So they start at Abilene Christian.
Scrimmage
game, pretty much. I mean, that's going to be a whooping. Then they take on Oregon State. I think that's another win. Then they take on Houston.
That'll be an interesting game.
I think that'll be a fun game. I do think the Texas Tech pulls this one out. I think they win that game by small margin.
Yeah, I'd say a touchdown or less.
That'll be a super fun game. That's in Lubbock, so I think that'll be an advantage for them for sure. They take on Sam Houston, another scrimmage. That's just going to be an absolute whooping. Then they're at Colorado. It's not going to be close. Coach Prime, sorry about you, dude. It's going to be a whooping again. Then they take on Arizona State, which I think is the most interesting game of this season. I want to say that they dropped this one. They did last year, but they don't have their quarterback anymore.
Yeah.
I'm giving this one to Texas Tech. I think that they beat Arizona State at home. Then they move into Cincinnati in Cincinnati. Just another whooping. They're undefeated at this point going into the season. They take on Arizona in Lubbock. Another win. Then they take on West Virginia in Lubbock. Another win.
Are you 9-0 right now with
I'm
Texas
9-0 with Texas
Are you
Tech.
riding the train?
And then we have the Oklahoma State Cowboys in Stillwater.
No, that's not the one that drops.
R.I.P. that undefeated season. I think the Oklahoma State Cowboys upset Texas Tech.
With Eric Morris and the boys from Denton,
Yeah,
Texas.
got to, dude. I think they handle business there. I don't think it's a big game. I think it's very close. Won't be high scoring whatsoever. I think that both those defenses will shut the other down. Then they move into Baylor in Waco. I don't know about this game. I think it's an obvious win, but I don't know. DJ Lagway can transform into a.
That is something they
A
didn't get
Big
Florida
12 quarterback.
DJ Legway.
I don't know about this. I think Texas Tech wins this one. Oh, excuse me. Then they have TCU in Lubbock. I'm gonna call this another loss. I think they lose to TCU here.
TCU.
I think all this winning is gonna throw them for a loop. They're not gonna know what to do with themselves. I think they drop that one to TCU. Kind of a trap game there. Move it into what will be a playoff run for Texas Tech. I think they lose to TCU, expecting that to be an easy game.
It really is their conference to lose at this point.
It is.
I mean, they have more money than all the other
Yeah.
schools combined, it seems like.
But after that, they'll play in the championship. I think it's whoever they play, they're gonna whoop. I think Oklahoma State, if they meet them again, it won't be the same as last time. Yeah, but I have them at 10-2. I think they make the playoffs. I think they win the Big 12. They also have five-star D lineman Jalen Brewster committed to Texas Tech this week. Class of 2027. Yeah, I mean he's a freaking baller. He's out of Buford, Georgia. He's just a killer, man. I think he's gonna be really awesome for them. One of the top D linemen I think in the country.
Mhm.
Is he number 1 or number 2? I think he was number 1 last I checked.
I think he's.
They have the number 1 defensive lineman coming in. I mean, the future is really bright for this team. Like I said, former Florida State quarterback Tommy Castellanos attempts to continue his college football career, like we mentioned earlier.
Pending an eligibility review. Not really a fan of it.
Yeah,
His stats last year at FSU weren't really that good. 58.3 completion rating,
Mhm.
2,760 yards, 15 touchdowns, 9 picks. He did have 600 yards and 9 touchdowns on the ground, though.
that's pretty good especially for a quarterback. But I mean,
Yeah, I mean, I feel like.
how many players are we gonna get out of the courtroom this season? Like,
Yeah, I
I
know.
feel like we see that, especially over this offseason. It's like eligibility is a fiasco, that's for sure. But they also landed 5-star offensive tackle Austin Atta. He was between Texas Tech and USC. Decided on Texas Tech, which I mean, I don't know how much money was going into that.
Yeah,
but,
how much do they push his way?
I mean, it's got to be ridiculous. But yeah, he's from 2028 recruiting class.
Choosing Lubbock
Yeah,
over Los Angeles is an interesting
it's
take.
ridiculous to me. But I can kind of understand that. I mean, especially with how their season went last year, and that coaching staff's been pretty dominant recently. How much money are they handing out?
Yeah, let's
money's
dive
gotta
into
be
that a little bit.
ridiculous.
I'm not a fan of Texas Tech's money ball and law bending strategy. I mean,
I'm not either.
they're just pushing everything at this
Same
point.
thing we're seeing with the Dodgers and the MLB right now. It's like I can pay the best player if I have all the money in the world. Like,
Yeah.
it's just how it is. But
Well, and that's not even. I mean, obviously, college football has become a monopoly of who can
Mhm.
pay the most money. That's why my Longhorns are so good. But my problem is, why are you taking it to the courtroom?
yeah,
Like, the fact that Brendan Sorsby could have played this year and chose not to
Mhm.
bothers me.
Yeah.
He was betting on his own team.
Yeah.
I mean, what else are we going to see here? Now we've got Castellanos fighting for
Mhm.
a eligibility review. Are they just going to grant it to him? Like,
I don't know.
I mean,
It's
which
so
Texas
confusing.
Tech judge is going to vote on this?
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. It's such a mess right now. I was like, why can't everybody just be normal? Everybody just be happy.
Amen
I
to
don't
that,
get
brother.
it, but I'll let you jump into your next breakdown.
So now we're going to move on to the A&M. You know, and as a Texas fan, I have a lot of choice words I could say about A&M, but I'm going to rise above little bro, and I'm
Man.
not going to do that.
Respect.
Yeah, so starting off, you still have the same offensive captain you've had for the past 3 years in Marcel Reed,
Mhm.
the dual threat quarterback who threw for 3,100 yards last year and 26 touchdowns,
Mhm.
I think. So, yeah, I mean, he's very good.
I think he's a playmaker too.
I think he struggles at times with reading defenses and collapsing under
He
pressure.
fits into their play style really well, though.
I want to see him take the next step and really develop his sense of, his instinct to read defenses and stuff, and really just play second nature.
Mhm.
I mean, because there's games you see him like when he played LSU last year, it just felt like he was not the same person as when he played Texas later in the year.
Right.
I mean, and then especially Miami, like he really kept A&M out of the
Yeah,
game. That was a
absolutely.
10-3 final score game, and it felt like if they had a Quinn Ewers even, that Texas A&M would have knocked Miami out of the game.
For sure.
Who, if you think about it, Miami then went on a run all the way to the national championship.
Mm-hmm.
So how well would A&M have done if Marcel Reed would have taken that next step? I guess we'll get to find out this year.
For sure.
But we also got a running back room that features Reuben Owens, and so that'll be interesting to watch as he leads that young running back room. And they always have a good rushing attack.
Yeah.
That's something that they do really well, and they ground and pound. And so that's something that I hope to continue to see this year, except against Texas. But then they also go to the receiving room where they have Noah Thomas, Evan Stewart, and Micah Tease. Bunch of good guys. They combined for a little over 1,500 yards, I believe, and over a dozen touchdowns. So a lot to prove there, but I think they can get better. Defense is where they shine, though. They played some really good defense against Miami that last year. They keep some of those. They got Walter Nolan, all SEC defensive tackle, and you got Shamar Turner, and just some other guys, some really good guys. They did lose Will Lee in the draft, who I thought was a very serviceable cornerback. So that's kind of tough, but I think they can bounce back and reload. They always seem to. As far as the schedule goes, week 1 we have Missouri State. Not worried about that. Arizona State week 2. I think they're still figuring things out, but they win that one by 2 touchdowns. Then you got Kentucky. I think we can pretty much wipe the board and go 3-0 right there. Not close in any of those games. Then you go down to Death Valley.
Taking on the LSU Tigers, I don't think that they can win that game.
I disagree.
Ooh.
Texas A&M plays really good against LSU, especially in Death Valley. I don't know what it is, but Kiffin's there. You got Sam Levitt there. I think LSU drops this one to A&M. I think Marcel Reed goes through. I think they get in the zone. They start running the ball down their throat. I think A&M goes 4-0.
Okay.
Then you go to Arkansas. Not really worried about this one. The Jerry Bowl. I mean, yeah, it's in A&M. I mean, at Kyle Field, Arkansas. I'm sorry, we're gonna talk about you in a minute. This game is not close. Then you go to week 6, A&M at Missouri. Another Texas team at Missouri this year. I don't think Missouri wins this one.
I don't think so.
I think that A&M's just too talented, and what they lack in offense sometimes, they make up for in defense.
I think that's going to help, especially with Ahmad Hardy and that high-powered offense.
Then you got the Citadel, which I couldn't point to on a map. And then you go to week 8 with you go to Alabama, and we already mentioned that Keelan Russell will be the starting quarterback. I think A&M can win this one.
I think they should win this one.
So that puts us at 8-0 at this point.
I don't see A&M going 8-0.
I think that they could drop one of these games.
Sure, breakdown.
But yeah, I think they can win this Alabama game. Do they though? I think they drop it. I think they drop it at.
We got a rough stretch coming up though.
Yeah, I think they drop it. So they're 7-1 now. They move on to South Carolina. I don't think I'm worried about South Carolina.
No.
I know they had a kind of a rough start to that game last year, but they came back and won it. I think they blow them out of the water this year.
For sure.
Then they go at home against Tennessee. This gets tough. Tennessee is solid. I think they'll win this one.
Okay.
But I think they drop these next 2 and go 9-3. They got Texas A&M at Oklahoma week 12. You already talked about it. I think they lose this one by at least a touchdown, probably 10 points. Sucks. Then their spirits are all down. They go back home, and Texas walks in and
wipes the floor.
Yeah. But Texas A&M finishes 9-3 on a really good year. I think they missed the playoffs barely, get a bowl game. But you never know.
Yeah.
But I think that's realistic outlook for them.
For sure.
Next up.
All right, now I'll jump into my school, the UNT Mean Green. They're in a very
Mean Green, baby.
Go Mean Green. They're in a very weird place right now. I mean, they just lost their entire team to Oklahoma State. They don't have a single returning starter this year. That's a huge issue right now, especially for a team like this who is coming off of a 12-2 season and what was it, American Conference Championship?
Dominant. They were actually the number 1 scoring offense in the league.
Yeah, and they had the highest passing
nation last year. They averaged 50 points a game.
Yeah, I mean, Just one of the most
The
dominant.
fact that they just went from such a great year to a complete rebuild is
Yeah.
the sad state of
New
college
coaches,
football.
new everything. That's going to be very difficult for them. But I do see a lot of hope in what they've been able to put together so far. They have quarterback Taven Jackson transferring from UCF. He's not a mixed martial artist. No, but he's
Yet.
before that he played at Indiana, and before that he played at Tennessee. He's got a lot of experience around the place, has some SEC experience. In 2025 at UCF, he started 10 games and threw for 2,151 yards and 10 touchdowns. That's pretty good. It's not even remotely close to what Drew Messamaker did last year, but I think there's hope to be found here, especially in this conference, coming off of having so much experience elsewhere. Also, Jaheim White at running back transfers in from West Virginia. He played 3 seasons there, and he was a freshman All-American 2023. He had 1,800 yards or career rushing yards at West Virginia before transferring here to UNT. I think he's the centerpiece of this offense. I think he's what I'm looking forward to most, and just being able to, I don't know, get work done. I think they'll probably be leaning on him the majority of the carries this year. I don't think there's much to throw to just this right this second, but obviously we'll see. And I will jump into my prediction for the record this year. So they start the year at the defending champs, Indiana.
Oh yeah, we want all the smoke.
I don't see us scoring a touchdown, and I see Indiana scoring about 7 of them.
So what's your final score?
1,000,000-0. I'm not even.
I don't think it's gonna be that bad. I think it's gonna be 42-10.
Yeah.
I mean, Indiana's gonna have their.
This is a tune-up game for Indiana. That's what it is. I'm not excited about it, but I will be watching it. So then we take on UNLV in Denton. I think we can take that one.
UNLV's a good squad.
UNLV's a good squad, but so are we.
Yeah.
I think we take this one. I think this is a game that we really get to prove what we're capable of. Then we play Texas State in San Marcos.
It's a tough game.
It's a tough game.
They play some hard football.
I think. Oh, that's a hard one. In San Marcos is difficult.
And they just played Texas week 1.
I think Texas State might take that game. Then we take Houston Christian, who have you heard of them? I've never heard of this school in my life.
I think we played them in high school.
I think we did too. I think our little league team played them. But I think the Mean Green whooped them. I think we just wept the floor with the Houston Christian, wherever they are. Then we have a game at Tulsa. I think we win that one as well. I think that will be a little bit of a test, but I don't think we struggle very much. Then we take on Charlotte in Denton. I think that's another win. Then we're at Navy. Navy runs a very difficult offense to play against. Do I think we struggle? No. I think we take that one. Then we play Florida Atlantic. I want to say we drop that game. I think that's going to be one of those ones where we think we're doing really good, and then we face something different, and then we're in trouble. So I think we drop that one. We drop Texas State also. Then we move to Rice in Denton. I think we win that one. We play UTSA. I think we lose. I think we lose to UTSA in San Antonio. And then I think we lose another one immediately off of that one at Tulane. I think that towards the end of the season we fall off. We have some trouble here. We take on UAB.
Surely we take Birmingham.
We
right?
take Birmingham.
Okay,
we can
good.
beat UAB. Then we
Love
finish
to
the
paint you
season.
at Birmingham.
Yeah, I think we finished season 8-4. I don't think we make the playoffs again, or we didn't last year. Almost make the playoffs last year. Excuse me. I don't think we get close.
Your outlook is a lot different than mine.
I was really pulling for them last year, as we all were, I'm sure. But yeah, I don't think we get
They would
close.
have got slaughtered, but it would have been cool to see.
It'd been fun to see.
My Mean Green.
Yeah, it'd been interesting.
in
I don't think that this season goes quite like the last one did. We won't make the championship, but yeah, I don't know. 8-4 is pretty good for a team that just left. So that's my official prediction for the UNT Mean Green.
All right, moving on to Arkansas. Oh, golly,
What is there?
poor Arkansas fans. All right, so Taylor Green left.
Mhm.
All right, I mean, this guy was athletic. That's why he got drafted. But man, did he know how to turn the ball over?
Oh man.
I mean, he was 6'6", athletic as can be, fast as can be. Quarterback was not his specialty. Like, he looked like he'd be good at tennis or something,
Yeah.
or maybe basketball. So they just named KJ Jackson the starter, quarterback one. His 2025 stats, he threw for 400 yards, 3 touchdowns, no picks. He's young. I mean, it's a good change of pace.
Yeah.
And Arkansas, they like playing good, hard football, so
For sure.
young is what we like there. AJ Hill's the quarterback too. He's a contender. Mike Washington Jr. was the current Raider. He got drafted. I think it was third round maybe.
Probably.
Anyways, yeah, so he leaves a big hole there. His 1,000-yard rusher, 8 touchdowns last year. Looked pretty good, even in gloom times for them. They have a running back room with Braylon Russell as the one, who only had less than 300 yards and 5 touchdowns last year. Then you have Sutton Smith, the transfer running back from Memphis, who'll be interesting to watch. He had 675 yards, so I mean, could be in a worse place for the running back room.
Yeah.
I don't know how confident I am.
In a hard conference too, especially this
Very
year.
hard.
And what a terrible schedule.
Yeah, and as far as receivers go, you have Omega Blake as your one, who had 770 yards and 5 touchdowns. Looked solid last
That's the coolest name you've ever heard in your life.
It's pretty good.
Omega Blake.
But there's been some better ones.
Better ones.
Especially for Arkansas.
Yeah.
So
Darren
McFadden, golly. What a legend. The wide receiver 2 is Raylan Sharp. He had 41 catches for 592 yards, 3 touchdowns last year. And rounding it off with your number 3 is Chris Marshall, the transfer wide receiver from Boise State, who had 30 catches, 570 yards last year. So, as far as defense goes, I mean, you have some solid guys like Xavier Sori Jr., who had 81 tackles, 3 pass deflections, a pick, and 2.5 sacks last year. And then you have your cornerback Julian Neal, who had 2 picks. So, you do have some key transfers as Joker Johnson, pretty sweet name from Tulane. You have Lakai Rowland.
That'll do.
If I read any more of this roster, I might fall over. And then you have Carter Stoutmeyer, safety from Colorado. So, yeah, but their defense was astronomically bad last year. Hopefully they can do better this year, especially with the young age and unexperience of the offense. I think it's going to be very hard. Their projected win is 4 right now. Let me see if I disagree with that. So the Arkansas schedule, week 1 we have North Alabama. We're not going to worry about North Alabama. We're not going to lose any sleep with that. Week 2 we got to go to Utah, who's ranked 21 in the nation. Utah always plays some good ball, and they know how to upset teams. Just ask Lincoln Riley and USC.
Don't talk about Lincoln Riley.
Sorry. Anyways, they dropped that game by 2 touchdowns. Then they go back home, and Georgia comes in and gives them their spanking.
Yep.
They lose that one by at least 3, probably 10.
I give 10 touchdowns that game.
Yeah, lose that one by at least 3 touchdowns. Anyways, then they move on to Tulsa at home. They win that one. Not worried about Tulsa. That gives us 2 wins right now out of 4 weeks. So sitting at 500 going into week 5. But then we go down to Texas A&M and they spank us, just like I just said. And then we go back home week 6. Tennessee comes downstate and spanks us. So we just dropped 2. We're now 2-4. Yeah. Now we go week 7. We go to Vanderbilt, who just named their starting quarterback. And seems like they're on the up and up. No. Arkansas is taking this game. 3-4, baby.
Yeah.
At week 7. Then we go back home. Missouri comes to us, and Amon Hardy just runs right through Main Street for probably 200 yards, and we drop that one by at least 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Going to week 10, we got Auburn at home. We don't have Taylon Green leading the offense this year, which means that no one's going to give Auburn their 3 touchdowns in the second half off of turnovers to come back and lose this game. Arkansas is going to win this game by a touchdown at Auburn.
Okay,
yeah.
I like that. That's a hot take, but I love it.
4th win of the year. Because Arkansas does not mess around 4 weeks out of the year. Then we got South Carolina at home. We lose that one. We got Texas there. We lose that one. And then week 13, we got LSU at home. And I think we take this.
No, you do not.
Is what I'd say if I was a complete fool. So yeah, the total was 4 wins. I think that they get, or the projections 4 wins. I think the projections right. Mm-hmm. This is a tough schedule and a unexperienced and downright not very good Arkansas team. So we'll pick Suey. It's going to be a long year, but I'm here for the ride.
There you go. You got to go.
And then I got one more team here to talk about. See if I can
find them Cowboys?
Here. Yeah, you know it.
The Oklahoma State Cowboys.
Oklahoma State, baby.
I think they're on the up and up this year.
Here we are.
So,
yeah, Coach Eric Morris and the boys rolled into
Yep.
town, basically kicked everybody out and said they're the new law around here. Definitely needed after some bad Oklahoma State years.
For sure.
So I think it was a good change of pace. There's a lot of good players that came in. Obviously, the number one quarterback in the transfer portal, Drew Mestemaker, who just came off a 4,400 yard, 34 touchdown, 9 pick year with a 70% completion rating. And man, does he have some arm talent. He
Man.
throws like an experienced veteran. He is so cocky,
Mm-hmm.
and
I'm a little worried about his size.
he's a little undersized, but I mean, I think he's fine. He ran a lot,
Mhm.
which is an underrated aspect of his game, and he took a lot of hits, and he just bounces up. I mean, this kid is resilient,
Mhm.
and he has all it takes to be a really good, not only college quarterback, but probably professional quarterback, hopefully.
Agreed.
But I think he's going to be good. I think they're going to be really good. I think the first few weeks they're going to adjust to the new Big 12 playing style, but if we're being honest, we've watched Big 12 our whole life. I really don't think it's that different.
Yeah, it's not.
I mean, this is an SEC ball. This is why
It's
Texas
Big
Tech
12.
is rolling right now.
Big 12's not what it used to be either.
Then you go to running backs, and of course, you took his teammate Caleb Hawkins from North Texas, ran for 1,434 yards. He averaged better than 6 yards per carry, which is insane. And he had 29 total touchdowns with an NCAA freshman record. And this kid's he was not really highly recruited at all out of Oklahoma.
Yeah.
And Eric Morris does what he does best and just scouted talent and finds
Love
it. And this guy's really big. He runs angry like a Marshawn Lynch.
Mhm.
He's really athletic. He can be used in the passing game. He's just really good. He is really good. So, yeah, this is something to watch is the running back room because they also have Trey Page III, who transfers from Tarleton State after 800 yards in a very good year for Tarleton State, who upset Army, mind you.
Sure.
So, definitely something to watch as running back two, and then your running back three is Ayo Adeyi.
Speaking of awesome names.
Yeah, I mean we got some cool ones today. In 2023, he had 1,000 yards and 6 touchdowns under Morris at UNT, so that was really cool. Yeah, I mean that's a really good room, and then you get into the wide receiver room, and wow, they're good. Wyatt Young, my favorite player out of the trio that went there, 6 foot 220, I think he was. Man, he plays so much bigger than his frame. He's so good catching the ball, contact, yak. I mean, he can do it all. And he is, I mean, there's a reason he is Drew Mestemaker's favorite target.
No doubt.
2025 stats at North Texas. He had 1,264 yards. He averaged 18.1 yards per catch. I think he had 10 touchdowns. He was leading categories for a little bit.
Reckoned with,
Yeah,
for sure.
I mean, he's very good. I think he's going to transfer just fine against these cornerbacks because he's really good. And as your wide receiver two, he transferred from Wake Forest, Chris Barnes. He had 547 yards. And he's been having some really good practices at OSU and had a 98-yard touchdown in the OSU spring game. So,
gotta love it.
Something. The wide receiver three is the short guy from UNT. He was very athletic. They used him in a lot of versatile ways, but he's kind of short.
Right.
Miles Coleman. He can be a really good slot guy, underneath guy. He's got blazing speed. They used him to return punts. I'd imagine I'd see him back there again, returning punts and kicks. This is the teammate from of Mestemaker in high school.
Yes.
And so yeah, very good. Very gotta watch. Hopefully, he can get his drop problem under control. And then yeah, as far as defense goes, that's the question. We don't really know who the guy is. They didn't get a lot out of North Texas with Eric Morris and the boys. So, I mean, last year the rebuild was needed. They went 1-11. They averaged 2 touchdowns a game,
for sure,
which doesn't win very many games.
Right.
I would say.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, and they're on a 19 straight Big 12 loss record. So hopefully we can change that up. The projected wins is 6, and I think that is way low. What do you think?
I think so too.
Let's look at this schedule. So week 1 at Tulsa, they take that one. I think it's a good adjustment game. Speaking of adjustment games, then they got Oregon
Number
at
2
home,
ranked
and they realized that the gap between the Big 12 and the other conferences is huge, and they get beat by whatever Oregon wants. Hopefully no injuries out of that game.
No doubt.
But then we got Murray State week 3. That's a good adjustment game, I suppose. Then we go to West Virginia week 4.
I think that's a whooping.
Yeah, I think they beat up on them. So they're 3-1 out of the first 4 weeks. Then they go back home, and UCF comes up. UCF plays some good football.
Mhm.
Sometimes I think they can make a run for it. I think Oklahoma State wins that one though.
Mhm.
They're 4-1 right now. Then they go to Houston.
Yeah.
Houston's ranked 23. They play dang good football, and it's at Houston. I think you're dropping this one.
Think
I
so,
think
too.
you're a young and inexperienced team. I think you're dropping to a good Houston team. I mean, nothing really to be worried about
Right.
there. It's kind of expected. You're 4-2 rolling into week 8. You go home. Colorado's coming to you prime time, and we've been hating on Coach Prime and the Colorado Buffaloes all day. It's gonna continue. They're getting smoked in
Oh
this
yeah,
one.
that's a whooping.
Yeah. So yeah, we're 5-1 or 5-2 at this point. Then we go to Iowa State, and this is an interesting game.
Is that in Iowa State?
Yes.
Okay.
I feel like this can go either way. I think it's going to be a really good game. I can see OSU dropping this game.
I think I could too. I think I got Texas Tech losing that one, or no, I had them winning that one. Where does that? I don't know. The Big 12 is
It can go any way, to
It
be
can go
honest.
any
You can have a
single way.
bunch of 9-3 teams, to be honest. Yeah, we'll just say for the sake of the argument, I think they drop this one.
Okay.
So, we're 5-3 right now. And then we go up to Kansas State. For week 10, I think we're going to bounce back and win this one. So we're 6-3. And then you got Texas Tech at home. You said you think they come up here confident, Tech, and they lose this one. I just can't see it. They're just too talented. I think Oklahoma State's
you're
going to lose
probably
this
right.
one. I think that they're going to go. What does that put me at? 6 and
I want to stick with my upset here though.
6-4 right now. So then we got Arizona State at Arizona State, and I don't like this one either. I think they drop it.
Oh wow.
So they're 6-5 right now, and then they go week 13. They got Kansas at home. I think they finish 7-5.
I like that. I think that's a good prediction there.
I think it's a realistic outlook. I
Mhm.
think obviously their ceiling's way higher than that. Their floor, I don't think is much lower than that.
Mm-mm.
So I think it's a good middle ground. I definitely can see them getting this Iowa State game or maybe this Arizona State game back.
For sure.
But you never know.
Just local teams that we have been asked to talk about a little bit, and then just ones we want to talk
So
about.
we got them out, our favorites, and then our local teams.
Oh, yeah.
The burn notice this week.
Burn notice,
Everybody's
let's
waiting on
go.
that Studs of the Week preseason edition. Quarterback Joe Milton for the Cowboys, 170 yards, 3 touchdowns in the first half.
Woo! Let him spit, dude. Let's go.
So yeah,
Yeah,
Joe
Joe
Milton
Milton
had his one good
He looked-
year or
Yeah.
one good week of the year, so he gets to stay on the team.
Yeah, he looked incredible though. 170 yards, 3 touchdowns in the first half. If you didn't catch that. But yeah, I mean, that's what we're looking for. He throws the ball freaking hard, dude.
Yeah,
He loves
there's
that
a
thing.
saying if you need a 75-yard touchdown, Joe Milton will throw it 75 yards. If you need a slant route, he's gonna throw it 75 yards.
He just has such a cannon. He's a deep ball threat, but I don't know. He looked really good making all his passes. Just I don't
All
know.
right, next of the week, defensive tackle Ty Robinson for the Eagles. 4 tackles, 2 sacks, 3 tackles for loss, 3 quarterbacks hits. Nasty stat line.
Gross.
How are you a D tackle making all these plays?
Yeah.
I mean, the Eagles did it again. They scout talent like no team in the NFL
Yeah,
right now. There's a
absolutely.
reason they're good, and there's a reason they'll stay good. And then the last burn notice of the week, Harrison Butker, the lady hater, for the Chiefs
Never thought I'd
kicker.
say him on this list.
He nailed a 69-yard field goal in the preseason game, which would have set an NFL record had it been in the regular season.
Incredible.
So, sucks for him, but he kind of deserves it.
Yeah, no doubt. That's our burn notice of the week. Congratulations to Joe Milton, Ty Robinson, and Harris Butker.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Burn Notice Club. Let's go. And while we're on this, let's talk about our burnt notice, our loser of the week. Our loser of the week is
It's just one guy.
one guy, quarterback Fernando Mendoza, the
He
number
had
1
a
overall
rough
pick,
night.
had a terrible game. He finished 8-15 with 86 yards and interception that was turned back for an 80-yard pick six.
They were in the red zone.
Just devastating. I mean, obviously he's a rookie. He's trying to get his legs under him, but That's 2 games in a row where I haven't been very impressed with him.
I definitely see the window for Kirko Chains to start 8 weeks.
Okay, yeah, I think I'm starting to feel you on that. I thought Mendoza would be in there quicker, but
He just hasn't adjusted yet. He
He's
will.
not quite there.
He's a student of the game,
very
which is really
very
good
timid
to
in the
see.
pocket. It looked like though this week.
Yeah.
I think that's gonna be a problem, but
He
don't
just
know.
needs to sit back and learn a little
If he
bit
can-
more and not get thrust to the
yeah,
lions.
get more comfortable. He's gonna be. I think he's gonna be the same player we saw at Indiana, so I'm not super worried. Yeah, now we'll jump into.
To some opinions, baby.
Oh, yeah.
The AP poll breakdown, and so as of right now, the AP poll came out a week ago, but we waited for the college football segment. At 1, we got Ohio State. 2's Oregon. 3 Georgia. 4 Notre Dame. 5 Texas. Solid top 5. Not a
that's
lot
the
of
right top five.
room I would be moving. I mean,
Ohio State, obvious one.
yeah. I mean, all these teams are good. You could kind of shuffle them, I feel like, and it wouldn't really make that big of a difference
I think
because.
all but Ohio State at 1.
Yeah, I agree with that. Okay, so at 6 you got Indiana, 7 Miami, 8 Texas A&M, 9 Ole Miss, 10 Oklahoma. What do we
Boom,
think?
sit in the top. I'm just kidding.
I think Ole Miss could be a little higher.
I think Ole Miss could be a top 5.
A&M at 8 feels right. They finished at 3 last year, I think, or 4. But I don't know. They'd never take a step.
Right.
Is my issue. So definitely something to think about. Just outside the top 10, even though he's been talking a lot and trying to do a lot of illegal moves, is 11 LSU.
Mm-hmm.
So they should be lower, to be honest. They shouldn't even get a ranking on the top 25 AP poll
Definitely
just because of the stuff he's pulling. At 12 is Texas Tech, which is only fair, being the best Big 12 team, even though it's a weak conference. 13 we got Alabama, 14 BYU, 15 USC, 16. Oh, I guess tied for 14 is BYU and USC. Interesting. I think BYU should be lower. I don't think they're that good. Bear Bakhtiar, he plays a kind of football I don't like, and it works,
For sure.
which makes me even more mad.
Yeah.
USC, I don't know how I feel about them. Lincoln Riley, he's solid. I know you hate that guy, but I guess we'll see. At 16 is Michigan, which is something. I mean, you still got Bryce Underwood is your quarterback.
I think they'll finish higher in the end of the year.
And obviously, they're going to give Ohio State a run for their money. They always do, regardless of what Underwood says.
Not this year.
Not this year, I don't think
year.
so. 17, we got Washington, the Huskies. You got 18 Penn State, 19 SMU, 20 Tennessee. I think Penn State could be a little higher.
Penn State will be higher, I think. I think
And
Tennessee will also be higher.
I think the team right below them could be way lower.
SMU
they do
shouldn't
not.
be on the list.
Yeah, they do not surprise, or they don't impress me at all.
Not at all.
Kevin Jennings, the quarterback, he's just not a player.
No.
I mean, he's not a guy. I want a guy at quarterback.
For sure.
Arch Manning's a guy.
Yeah.
Mateer's a guy. Marcel Reed is a guy. I mean, yeah. Kevin Jennings is not a guy.
Tennessee should be higher, I think.
I think so too. They still got Aguilar at quarterback. 21 we got Utah, 22 is Iowa, 23 Houston, 24 Louisville, and 25 Mizzou. I can see
They're
Mizzou
always
jumping
gonna
way
sneak
up.
Mizzou at that 25 spot.
I think he can jump way up. I think Louisville always sits in this 21 to 25 area, and they don't move a lot.
This 17 through 25 area is going to switch
Although,
in an instant.
I can see Houston making a run, and maybe they could end up as a playoff team.
Houston.
Yeah.
Okay. Explain your reasoning.
They're just a solid team.
It's a solid team. I love it.
Obviously, they would have to knock out Tech in the conference championship,
Which is
a tall
entirely
task.
possible.
But a tall task. So, yeah, something to watch. Now we're going to get into the preseason AP All-American, which doesn't really mean much. It's kind of big names. But quarterback, we got Dante Moore. He's pretty good.
Yeah, could be
solid.
Could be other people. I think it could be Trinidad, could be Arch, could be, I don't know, CJ Carr even.
So, but I mean,
Dante Moore's probably the right pick here.
And they normally go with an older guy, to be honest. So, I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah.
But, it'll move around a lot. The running back room is what I don't think is going to move a lot. You got Kawan Lacey and Amon Hardy as your 2 running backs. Although, I do think Miami's running back, golly, I feel like
I know what you're talking about.
terrible.
I know exactly what.
Mark Fletcher Jr.
Yeah.
I think Mark Fletcher Jr. could definitely take either Hardy or Lacey's spot.
Mhm.
Probably Hardy's spot. He's just pretty good. I think he had 1,200 yards last year. Was kind of the focal point of that offense that led Miami to the the national championship game. He ran all over Texas A&M and kind of ended their
Mhm.
streak in the first week of the playoffs. So, he's a very good player. I can see him taking that. As far as other positions go, the wide receiver room is perfect. Jeremiah Smith, Malachi Tony, Cam Coleman.
Couldn't have put it better.
I don't think it moves at all. um, let's see. They got Oklahoma kicker Tate Sandell as
Shorty
your
shorts. He rocks, dude.
Oklahoma
He
as your kicker.
he barely missed a field goal last year. He missed one in the playoffs that would have really helped, but I'm not going to knock him for it. He was dominant all year. Won the Luke Rosa Award. I think he'll repeat this year. I think he'll do it again.
Good chance. So, as far as defense goes, of course, the best edge in the game, Colin Simmons, is there. Tackles, you got Amari Washington of Oregon and David Stone from Oklahoma.
Boomer. I love
So,
David Stone. He's going to be great.
Linebackers, you got fourth-year guy Rasheem Biles out of Texas, Xavier Atkins out of Auburn, and Raleigh Hardy. Butchered that from Indiana. As far as cornerbacks go, you got Leonard Moore from Notre Dame, pretty good.
He'll probably
Ellis Robinson, the fourth, very good from Georgia. And then safeties, KJ Bolden,
KJ
guy I
Bolden's
love
fine.
watching. Hate Georgia, love the guy. And then you got Corey Perrick from Oregon, another solid guy. And the Troy punter, if you're interested.
Troy's punter is going to be really good.
Yeah. Gonna be using him a lot.
No doubt. Oh, man.
Alrighty, and so
With
that, we kind of wrap up a little bit.
coming to the end of this episode. Next week, we're going to cover some more NFL stuff. We're going to cover some fantasy stuff. We got interesting questions to ask about this season. Who to draft, who not to draft, or if you already drafted them, were they worth the risk? Yeah, some stuff like that.
And then also, Victory Plus streams weekly high school football games of the week.
Yep.
For in Texas, and we're gonna jump into some high school football rankings, just a little bit. Not too much, but yeah, definitely some stuff there. Thank y'all for watching.
Awesome. Yeah, Jesus loves you guys. Y'all have a great rest of your week. We will see y'all next Friday.